and welcome to Rooted Souls Tarot. I'm Lisa and I've got a message for you. All you need to do is pick one of these three piles of cards. Now, if you saw in the picture on the thumbnail, there's three different piles, each with a different crystal pendulum. So all you need to do is take a little bit of a look at these three piles and then try and see which one you're drawn to. Connect with yourself, connect with the cards and see which one you're attracted to. So pile number one, this has a chakra pendulum attached to it. So could this be your card? Could this be your pile of cards even? So pile number one. Then we have pile number two. And with this pile, we have this beautiful Larimar pendulum. Could this be your pile? Are you drawn to this one? Then we have pile number three, the last one. And with this, we have a beautiful goldstone crystal. Is this your pile? Is this the one you're attracted to? So maybe close your eyes, take a little bit of a deep breath and try and connect with the energy of the cards. Which one feels like it's the one for you? So let's start with pile number one. So if you've picked pile number one, this is for you. So I've picked these cards blind. I've dealt them all, each pile blind. So I don't know what's in them. So we're going to have a little look and see what your message is. So we've got the Hierophant as our first card. The Seven of Wands. The Hanged Man. The Seven of Swords. The High Priestess. The Knight of Cups. And the Ace of Cups. And our last card is an oracle card, and I'm going to put that to one side. We'll look at that at the end. Okay, so we're beginning with the Hierophant. The Hierophant, in this case, I feel like it is about boundaries. It's about you living within, creating a set of boundaries for yourself, or maybe pushing boundaries a little bit. Maybe you've been living in a certain way and you want to shake things up and start shifting things and living in a different way, or moving those boundaries around, moving those goalposts around and beginning to live your life in a completely different way. You know, very often we're brought up in a certain kind of way, aren't we? And we're conditioned to do things in a certain way, which is, it's absolutely fine and it's absolutely normal. But then sometimes we get to points in our life where these things don't feel like they're in alignment with us anymore. It just doesn't feel like it's for us. And then that's when things maybe start to shift a little bit and we explore different ways for us to grow, for us to learn, for us to change the way that we're doing things so that we can have new experiences, we can have new adventures in our life. And I think that is what your message is about. It's about shaking things up a little bit, changing those structures that are around you, those maybe rules, regulations, self-imposed boundaries that you've put or have been put upon you. And just starting to turn and shift things in a different way. We've got the Seven of Wands as our next card. Now the Seven of Wands is about following your instincts. And so I think this unsettled maybe feeling that you've had from living in the same kind of way, or the way that doing things the way that things have been done for as long as you can remember, and it's just the way that things have always been done. And I feel like there's been this unsettled feeling within you that, like I say, you don't feel like you may be in alignment or being your true self by living in this way. And I think you're really connecting and listening to your instincts, your gut instincts, and moving forwards towards doing things in a different, maybe better way, a way that's going to bring you more joy, that's going to maybe bring you a little bit more satisfaction in life, maybe a little bit more passion and inspiration, and just get your mojo back by shaking things up a little bit and thinking about and doing things in a whole new different way. I love the this Seven of Wands cards in the Lightseers Tarot. It's an image of a woman, and she's got this light in her solar plexus chakra, and it's as if she's it's pulling her, it's leading the way. And I think this is very much, I think, what this Seven of Wands is for you. It's about you following your instincts and not letting any challenges, maybe any resistance from other people, get in your way, step in your path, so that you can keep going towards the place that you feel you belong, or living life and doing life and experiencing life in this way that you feel is right for you, despite the fact that you may come up against resistance from other people. So our next card is the Hanged Man. It's all about seeing things from a different perspective, and so I think this is very much obviously what's happening with you here. I think you are seeing things from a whole new different perspective. I think life is opening up for you in a way that maybe you didn't realise, that you've had the opportunity to have this mental shift, to look at things from a completely different direction, and just it's opened up a world for you. It's opened up a different way of thinking for you. And don't forget, this is a general reading, so it could be small, something small for some of you, and it could be something really big for others. It could be a completely life shift in the way that you live your life for some of you, but others it could just be a small thing, a small shifting of boundaries, living life in a way that you didn't think that was possible for you. The world's opening up for you, and you're following your instincts, you're following your gut instincts forwards, your intuition, and letting it lead the way for you, and knowing that despite the fact that you may come up against difficulties, things coming in front of you, in your path, people just making things difficult and not being happy with the way things are, you know this is the right direction for you. And that Hanged Man is just helping you to see things from a completely different perspective, because of the changes that you're making. Like I say, small for some, really big for others. Then we've got this the Seven of Swords. It's the card of deceit, of lying, of cheating, of stealing. And I think in this case, this is maybe you have felt like you've been lying to yourself, or you've not been truthful with yourself for a lot of years, or for a chunk of time. And now is the opportunity for you to sort of, for you to blossom, for you to unfold and be true to yourself, and let yourself live life on your terms, the way that you feel is right for you. And do you know what? It's not up to anybody else to tell you how to do something or how to live your life. Especially, it's we only have one, don't we? Well, it depends on your thoughts, but in this current moment, you've got this one life that you've got to live, and we come into it on our own, we end it on our own, and so we have to make our own choices, our own decisions throughout that life, and it's up to you to pursue that if that is what you really want. And I feel like this is something that you feel really strongly about, and I think you've got to be really brutally honest with yourself, and maybe brutally honest with with others. Maybe this is what this is about. It's about it is a card of honesty. It's a card of truth, of just being open and honest, and not being deceitful, not hiding behind maybe thoughts, thoughts that aren't really true, just sort of hiding behind these things. And step out, be brave. We've got the High Priestess as our next card. Again, it's a card of following your intuition. It's a card of connecting to your divine self, your higher self, and following your intuition. really connecting with what your soul wants and where your soul's leading you, and just letting that open up the path for you. We've got the Knight of Cups there. The Knight of Cups is about taking action. It's about moving forwards, taking steps towards your happy place, towards the thing that brings you happiness. So whatever that is for you, I think you're opening up the track, the path for yourself, moving forwards towards your happiness. I think you're going to start putting things into place. You're going to start taking baby steps even forwards towards that happiness, because we're ending on that Ace of Cups, the beginning of a brand new cycle, a brand new beginning in the realms of your happiness, or with new love. It could be whatever it is that brings you that love, that connection, that joy, that happiness. It's all coming towards you. But I think this all comes with, it's all about being in alignment with yourself. It's about following your truth, following your inner truth, not letting other people get in the way. Not in a harsh kind of way, but just taking the right steps forwards through life, just following your intuition, and maybe daring to step outside those boundaries, find your place of alignment, even if it involves a little bit of or a big shift in life, in the way that you're attacking life, and it's going to lead you towards your happiness, your happy place. That Ace of Cups, or the possibility, because it's a seedling, it's a potential. Right, okay, we have as your oracle card, these are lovely cards. I can't remember what they are because the herbiary cards, the illustrated herbiary cards. Right, and this one is time, as in the herb. Distill yourself. So this is quite interesting, actually. I'm just drawn to the fact that that's a maze. It's a lovely maze. And I think this is you. This is you setting off, breaking out of all of those restrictions, and finding your way through, finding your way out the other end. And it's going to be a little bit of trial and error, I think. It's going to be, you might go down the wrong path and you have to back up a little bit, but if you just keep following your intuition, keep connecting with your intuition, and you will find your way out. Not letting those boundaries, those restrictions hold you in. Because it's a learning curve, isn't it? When you've been living life, or you've been conditioned to live life in a certain way, it's really hard to step out of that, to just go, right, today I am stepping away from that and I'm doing things in a completely different way. That's not how it works, is it? And so I very much feel like this is going to be you. You're going to be trying lots of different routes, and maybe you're gonna come up against some of the restrictions that you've maybe lived within, the boundaries that you've lived within. You're going to come up against them, and then you're going to go, actually, oh no, I need to go back this way to find out another way through. And so it's going to be a little bit of trial and error, I think, moving through this energy. But I think you're on your way to alignment. You're on your way to that happy place, to that Ace of Cups place. Just keep going, just keep following your instincts and finding your way through. So I hope that's been helpful, number one. Let me know in the comments. I'd love to know how this resonated with you, if it did, and how it did. Would be lovely if you fancy sharing that in the form of emojis. I always love to decipher everybody's emoji answers. That's always entertaining. In the meantime, look after yourself, stay rooted, stay open, and stay magical, and I'll catch up again with you next time. In the meantime, we have pile number 2. So, pile number 2, and our lovely Larimar. It's one of my favourite crystals. It's very, very beautiful. It's very powerful. Right, let's have a look at this pile. So, we have our first card, the 3 of Pentacles. Interesting. The Fool. the Three of Wands, the Eight of Cups, the Chariot, the Ace of Wands, and the Queen of Swords. And I've got an oracle card here. I'm going to put it right in front of me so I don't forget, and we'll do that at the end. So I've dealt these, I've blind dealt these, I forgot to say at the beginning, I blind dealt these, so I don't know what's here. So you've got a selection of 3 different cards. We've got the Anima Mundi, we've got the, I can never say it, the Santa Muerta, and the Rider-Waite deck. So, first card, 3 of Pentacles. This is generally the theme of this message. This is the heart of your message that you need to know. 3 of Pentacles is all about collaboration. It's about working together, people coming together with different skills to create something wonderful. So, collaboration, teamwork, whether that is within your family space, whether that's in workspace, whether that's in your friendship group, working on a project or a hobby, there's something within your message that is surrounded, or it's centered around collaboration and teamwork. So our next card is the Fool. The Fool is obviously the first card in the tarot. It's the Fool's journey, the beginning of the Fool's journey. And so I think you are setting off on a journey, and I think it's with some other people. So whether it's an actual journey, maybe you're planning a holiday, I do hope you are, that would be exciting, wouldn't it, with other people, whether you're planning a project with other people, maybe you're planning to move in and create a family, that's a teamwork effort, isn't it? But there's something that you are setting off on a brand new journey. You're taking maybe a leap of faith, maybe you're not quite sure how it's going to turn out, if it's going to turn out, but do you know what, you feel like it's for you, and you're just going to jump into it and see where it goes, see where the energy takes you, always knowing that the universe has got you back. You need to remember that. That's an important one. So this connection that you've got with other people, I think it's something that's new, and maybe something that you're not familiar with. Maybe you're not used to being in a situation where you're maybe giving away your power a little bit to other people. Maybe you've always liked to be the one that's you've always been very self-reliant, very independent, and it feels very difficult to let go a little bit and let other people have an input in situations. But that's what I feel like this feels quite a big thing for you, and that's why I think it feels like a new journey, a new adventure, because it's not something that you automatically would do. But I think you're sort of being led into this situation because it's right, and it's how things are unfolding for you, and it's a new exciting adventure, but it feels alien to you. It doesn't feel like it, things usually do. This is something that's completely new to you. We've got this Three of Wands here. The Three of Wands is about looking out onto the horizon, looking out to see what's next, looking towards your joys and your passions. How can you, where do you need to go? What do you need to do to bring those joys and that passion towards you? And so I think you're on the edge of something new. You're on the edge of this new adventure where the world's opening up for you, and it's like, where can I go? Where can we go next? What do we need to do in our project, with our collaboration, with our teamwork? I think there's a lot of growth and there's a lot of expansion for you around the area of this teamwork situation, whatever it is that you are working together on. And I think it's about you all moving forwards together. I think you may well be a leader of some description and maybe taking the steps to decide where to next, but it's about moving forward together, moving forward into something new, on this new adventure together. So we've got the Ace of Cups here. The Ace of Cups is our next card. And the Ace of Cups is generally about walking away from something that doesn't make you happy anymore. And I think that you're making a shift. You're making a shift away from the situation, the things that maybe didn't bring you that joy, that happiness. And you, more to the point, you're moving towards happiness, leaving stuff behind. So whether that is, you're leaving a life behind, a type of life behind, and you're moving forward with other people. Maybe you've been self-employed and worked on your own for a lot of years, and now you're deciding to go in with working with other people, and so you're moving towards more happiness and you're leaving that behind. There's something that you're leaving behind, a type of, you're moving towards your happiness, basically. The life that you've had or the situation that you've had going on has been fine. There's been absolutely nothing wrong with it, but it just doesn't fit with who you are anymore, and it's not in alignment with who you are. And now it's time to move on to better things, move on to greater happiness, basically, to something that just feels better, that's something that fits, that feels right for you. Then we've got the Chariot. The Chariot is always about forward momentum. So I very much think that things are going to start, really chugging forwards. There's some momentum gathering with this situation, and I think you are beginning to connect with your intuition, connect with your divine self, and actually to realise that this is destined for you, this is fated, and to really just move towards it. I think there's going to be a realisation of, actually, yes, this is meant to be, this is meant for me, and I'm going to just keep focused and keep moving towards it. I'm not going to get distracted by any other shiny things that come up again, and to try and distract me. This is what I want. This is where I feel like I need to be going, and I'm going to stay on track, and I'm going to just put some time and effort and energy into it to keep things moving forwards. So then we've got the Ace of Wands. So the Ace of Wands is about new passion, new potential opportunities coming your way. So with that Ace of Wands, obviously, it's got lovely little sprouts, little buds on there that are sprouting. So something new, so a new opportunity that is going to really ignite your passion, that's going to really give you inspiration and a real purpose. And I feel like this is all coming into play because of this collaboration that you've got with others, and the fact that you're making that shift, you're moving towards your happiness, you're following your intuition, and it's just opening up these opportunity of changes regarding work. I feel for a lot of you this is very much work related, and just brand new opportunities that you get to have your passion reignited, that you're getting your mojo back, after you're getting the motivation back, that maybe that you've not quite been feeling it because you've not been in alignment, that happy place, the things that used to make you happy, that used to make you feel that passion, that joy, just haven't been there. And then this is going to just re-spark that, begin it again. That's a really bad way of saying it, but you know what I mean. Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords is about finding clarity, seeing things clearly, a bit of a light bulb moment. Things have the clouds have begun to shift, things have begun to clear, and you're starting to see clarity. So I think that the way things have shifted along here, the way that things, you're actively following your intuition, and you've got this amazing moment of this Ace of Wands moment where you just getting your motivation and your mojo back, and you're just starting to see the bigger picture with much more clarity, and it's going to really help you move forwards in the best possible way, moving onwards. Let's see what our oracle card has to say. Okay, these are, I have to look again, the Herbiary oracle cards. Start fresh. Start fresh, chickweed. So I think this is a brand new start for you. I think this is a brand new start in a brand new way with brand new people. And I think, you know, it's just going to really ignite you in so many ways. I think it's going to light you up. I think it's going to make you feel really, you know, when you just get a project or you're doing something, it feels really right and it feels really exciting and it's really fiery and it's just like you can't wait to get moving on it, get cracking on it. This is how it feels to me. And it's all, you know, it's a new beginning, it's a new journey, leaving stuff behind, new opportunities, clarity, seeing the way forwards, and, you know, start afresh. It's really, really excited for you, really excited. If this reading resonates with you, please let me know in the comments below. I'd love to know how it resonates with you, even if it's in the way of emojis. I always like to try and figure out what your emojis mean, actually what the emojis are, because I'm a little bit blind as a bat. And so yeah, let me know. And also, if you feel like liking the video, press that like button. That always helps the video to get out to other people. In the meantime, you look after yourself, stay rooted, stay open, stay magical, and I'll catch up again with you next time. Right, on to pile number 3, and this beautiful sparkly goldstone pendulum. I do love this, it's stunning. I love to use that. Right, so as I've said before, I've blindly dealt these cards, don't know what's in them. So should we have a little bit of a look? We have the 3 of Swords. We have the Emperor. No, the Empress. The King of Swords. The 4 of Swords. The King of Swords, 2 Kings of Swords, interesting. 4 of Cups, 6 of Pentacles. Okay, right, we're starting with that 3 of Swords. So generally this first card is what the reading is centered around. So the 3 of Swords is about sadness, it's about grief, it's about loss. It can often actually even be about heartbreak. So I think there's something going on with you where you are feeling one or all of those things. It could be that you are going through the process of those things in a healing kind of way, and you know you're going to come out of the other side. Let's have a little bit of a look at what else we've got. We've got the Empress card next, and the Empress she's a very loving, she's a very nurturing energy, and obviously that's very much needed if you're feeling a little bit out of sorts and you know you're in that space of sadness. Then the Empress is always a really welcome energy. She's also the bringer of new life, fresh, new things, rebirths. You know, she's a creator, and so I think you're going through this period of grief, sadness, pain, heartbreak, because it's the process that you need to go through. It's the healing process, and you know, we need to have darkness sometimes for us to have light. It's those, you know, it's those opposites, isn't it? And I think the Empress is here as our next card because she's going to help you out of it. She's going to give you that new start. She's going to nurture you. She's going to love you. She's going to surround you with that energy and help you to have a fresh start, a new beginning, to create something new for yourself. So I very much feel like this is rather, for some of you it could be the loss of a person, but I think it's a loss of a situation, whether that's a love situation, a work situation, a home situation, something that I feel like you've lost and you need to have a new beginning, a new start. And the Empress is energy saying, you know, that you're going to have that new start. You're going to be able to create your new life in whichever way that you want to. We've got the King of Swords next. The King of Swords, he is the smartest king in the pack. He's an excellent communicator. And I think communication is going to be key moving forwards for you. Obviously, we've got two of them. We've got that King of Swords there. The King of Swords, you know, he's got the knowledge he needs. He sees things in a very analytical, very clear way. Obviously, he's extremely smart. And I think that moving forwards, you are going to be embracing that energy. You're going to be, you know, being able to make some better decisions, some smart decisions. You are going to be able to communicate in a more open way, in order for you to maybe set boundaries, in order for you to maybe get what you need to get moving forwards. Maybe you're going to bring in somebody with this energy to help you as well, because we've got double King of Swords. Maybe this is you and somebody else to help you to get what you need, to help communicate, to help to mediate, to get whatever it is that you need. In between these two cards, I've got this Four of Wands. Four of Wands is about creating a strong foundation for the future. And so I think this is what you are doing for yourself. You're coming out of this heartbreak and this loss and this pain and sadness, and you're needing to create a new life for yourself, a new situation for yourself. And so you're being smart, you're being making really good choices in order to create this strong foundation for yourself moving forwards. And strong foundations, you know, they give things longevity, they give things strength for the future, and they also they mean that down the line things are going to still be strong in the future. So I think you know, it's sandwiched between those two kings, because I think you're going to be needing some help with this, and there's going to be somebody that's going to be mediating, that's going to help you to create your strong future for yourself, that's going to maybe give you some advice, that's going to maybe give you some support, but I think more than anything it feels like they're going to communicate, they're going to be mediating a situation to help you moving forwards. Okay, so we've got the Four of Cups. The Four of Cups is not being happy with what you've got in front of you. Maybe being a little bit resistant to taking new opportunities because you're feeling maybe a little bit let down, actually, I think, for you in this. So I think maybe, you know, there's going to be situations where you maybe not quite feeling it. You're not quite feeling the happiness, the contentment that maybe others might think that you should, because you're not quite happy with what you've got in front of you. And there's going to be another offer coming in, another offer of something different, and you need to take it. You need to take it, and I think it'll shake the energy up and help you to find your motivation to move forwards. We've got this Six of Pentacles there. It's about the flow of energy flowing in the right way. But I think this is also about generosity. I think there's going to be some support for you. There's going to be generosity, maybe of spirit, generosity financially, generosity of time. I think I think you're going to have quite a bit of support and help. There's going to be somebody or some bodies that are going to help you to find that balance, to bring that balance back into life, to help you to bring that the flow of energy back, to break that blockage, the stagnation that comes with this Three of Swords, because when things feel out of sorts, when things feel difficult and painful, then energy can often get sluggish, it can get blocked, it can not move the way that it needs to. And I think this person, whether it is still this King of Swords person, is going to be somebody who's going to really help you, help that energy shift the way that it needs to, help you to get your motivation back. And I think they're going to offer you that potential happiness. It might not be what you think that you want, but you need to take it. It's going to be better than you think. So I hope that resonates with you. I'd love to know if it does. Please let me know in the comments, even if it's in the form of some emojis. I always like to figure out what they actually are because I'm a bit blind. Right, we've got this other card. We've got it. What's it called? Herbiary Oracle cards. Rosemary, remembrance. This is all. It's all about moving on. This card. It's, for me, it feels very much moving on energy, and I feel it's about not forgetting. Actually, look at she's actually, or he's actually got a little red thing tied around his finger to help him not forget. I think it's about not forgetting what's happened in the past, but still moving on. Not letting the past and the stuff that's happened, the stuff that's made you feel sad and made you feel that loss, it's about not forgetting the situation, not forgetting maybe the people, not maybe forgetting things connected to it, but just moving on. Because you don't, sometimes, you know, it's all, I do it sometimes, talk about release. Yeah, release is good and we need to let go, but it's okay to remember. It's remembering in that healthy way that still allows you to move forwards, that you have those memories, that those feelings, that memory of this situation, this person, but you're not letting it define you, and you're not letting it block you from moving forwards. So, you know, just moving on energy feels very much not letting you being held back by stuff, just taking that thing that you need to remember and moving forwards with it, and maybe gaining some wisdom from it, you know, and information to take with you forwards on your next cycle, within your next journey. But although it feels quite heavy, this, but you are in creation mode. You're soon going to be in creation mode, creating strong foundations for yourself, making smart, wise choices with some help and support, and taking opportunities that are coming your way, and not letting the past hold you back, moving forwards with the things you need to take with you, the memories, the whatever, the wisdom, whatever, but moving forwards all the same. So I'm going to leave it at that. I hope that's been helpful. You take care of yourself, stay rooted, stay open, stay magical, and I will catch up again with you very, very soon.